Hi guys, so this week I almost didn't get a video out. For the first time in, I don't know, about 9 months I think I've had this channel. I kind of lost my mojo. I think last week doing 3 videos in 1 week kind of blew me out a little bit. Not that I did all 3 obviously in that 1 week, some of them were sort of carried over from the week before, and obviously one of them was from about 9 months ago. So this week I kind of lost my mojo and I didn't know what to do, and then I didn't know what to finish off. I've got quite a few builds on the go. I've got a little D&D sort of book cover I'm working on. I've got Howl's Moving Castle. I have also got a Judge Orc that I'm working on. He's somewhere else at the moment. And obviously lots of ideas from you guys. And I just didn't know what to do. I think I was overwhelmed by what to complete or what to finish. And I even got my patrons to help me out by giving me lots of good suggestions. Quite a few of which I am going to be doing. One in particular, someone wanted me to do some more videos on making moulds and casting, which is something I'm going to be thinking of doing anyway, because I've got a build coming up. Give me like an orc mech shop sort of thing, and there's a few bits in that I want to duplicate and have lots of, probably many tyres, but I have a few little bits and pieces. So I will be doing a moulding and casting video very soon. I'm just waiting on a few bits to come in. So yes, back to this week. I kind of struggled. So most of this week I've been playing Valheim, just to have a bit of a relax, bit of a chill. But then I picked up another project that I kind of started. This one I think I even started before the mini orcs, and basically it was a little conversion. You'll be able to see it in more detail in a second. But yeah, so this little guy I started literally weeks after starting this channel. I bought a few orcs and some, I think they're Chaos Knights. I should have looked it up, but I didn't, but I've forgotten. So this is how long ago it was. I had to go kit bashing them, and I kit bashed them together, and I think the actual kit bashing came out quite well. Not that there was too much detail, but it was enough for me to have a bit of fun with it. But the reason I didn't complete this one is because of the painting. I would say only now am I wouldn't say I'm happy with my painting, but I don't dislike painting. Whereas when I first started this hobby, the painting really was a bugbear, and at times I hated it, absolutely hated it. And this was one of those times. I started this, and as you'll see in the video, I started to paint him. It looks pretty pants, and I really wasn't enjoying myself. So I put him down and stopped. And yeah, he's been in a drawer for the last 8-9 months or so. But yeah, so this week I got him out because I don't mind painting now. I think I've improved a little bit, and I'm probably just lower than your average painter. But the main thing is I don't dislike it. So there we go. So yeah, so this is what I'm going to build today, guys. Well, this is what you're going to see me building and painting. And I'm going to include the original footage of me painting him as well, just so you can see how bad it was going. And I think you can tell when I was painting, I wasn't feeling it, I wasn't happy. So let's get into the video, guys. So I've just looked it up, and obviously these are Death Guard Plague Marines. Silly me for forgetting. But yeah, so I bought these a good 9 months or so ago. Again, I love the detail in the Warhammer figures. They really are incredibly detailed. I also obviously love the look of these guys, because again, I love knights. So anything with big shiny armour or any kind of armour is right up my street. So yeah, first go doing a bit of kit bashing with these. Obviously, I got the 3 of them, and basically it was just a case of going through, trying to pick out the bits I liked. I knew I was going to be kit bashing these with an orc of some kind. So yes, I was going to keep obviously one of the arms still all Nurgly, and this seemed the best of those arms. So it's just a case of trimming some bits off, just to accommodate obviously the new arm that this guy's going to be getting. So again, guys, remember I did this literally weeks after starting this channel. So if I do make any errors or mistakes in what I'm doing and don't tidy up the mould lines, then please forgive me, because I'm sure I have improved since these early days. But yes, so I enjoyed doing the kit bashing on this. That bit was fun. I think it's the same with scratch building. I really enjoy the process of making something out of something else. or adapting something, or basically obviously changing something. That bit I really do enjoy. Yeah, so initially when I was doing these, the painting bit, I always knew that bit I was going to struggle with and not really sort of enjoy. Obviously I have now come to accept my painting level and definitely enjoy what I do now with the painting and basically just have a bit of fun with it. So at this time I also didn't really have much in the way of, well, figures really. So there wasn't a whole lot I could do. So it was just a case of doing a Nurgle and an Orc and making obviously their little love child. And this is kind of how he looks. So yeah, I'm kind of pleased with it. So it's quite nice and simple, but from the first attempt I'm pleased. It kind of came out how I wanted. So I was obviously also new to making bases. And to be honest, I'm not even sure how I made this. I know I did something with a Tesco bag crumpled up to get the effect, but what it actually is, I can't remember. So yeah, so there we go. So say at this point, obviously I've grey primed him, and I probably should have just left it there because I was happy with that. So I've had these Citadel contrast colours for obviously quite a while. Haven't really used all of them, especially at this time anyway. Obviously I bought a lot more afterwards. So one of the first ones I got was obviously the green for the Orc skin. But as you now know, I do prefer my Orcs a lot lighter colour than this one. And as you can see how it's coming out really light. I also obviously didn't shake the bottle. Again, being very new to painting and contrast paints and, well, paints in general. Didn't really appreciate that when you get the bottle, it all obviously, the main colouring sort of sinks to the bottom. So the bottles really do need a good old shaking, which I now do. So again, this hobby is a nice learning curve. You learn by your own mistakes, as well as obviously you guys give me some constructive criticism and helping me out that way. So the other great thing about this hobby is obviously changing your mind as you're going along. I didn't really like the base that I first had, and I had loads of skulls, so basically I just glued them onto a little ball shaped thing and then stuck my Orc on top, which I thought came out pretty good. So this little Nurgle thing at the bottom, I'm not too sure where that came from or what it is. I don't think it's from Warhammer. I think it's some other company. But yes, I'm not too sure what it is. Comes some sort of weird looking worm. Again, I've started painting it green. Wasn't happy with that because obviously the Orc's going to be green. Then I thought I'd go over it with some purple. And by this time, I was just not enjoying any of this. And it was a case of, yeah, I should have left it with a grey primer because now I feel like it's going to get ruined. So yeah, so I had another great idea. As orange is one of my favourite, well, orange is my favourite colour. I thought I'd make his armour into orange. Well, I was probably thinking more about making it some sort of like copper sort of look. But I probably didn't have copper at the time, which is why I've gone for the orange. And then I was probably just going to black wash it. So yeah, so at this stage, definitely not enjoying any of this and thinking, why did I bother painting it? So that's kind of why this thing got put down for such a long time. So the other thing I was using for the first time was sort of air drying clay. This is kind of like green stuff, but obviously as you see when I roll it together, it's not green, so it's a different alternative to green stuff. And I just wanted to add a few more Nurgle bits to him and basically almost kind of give him a tail of sort of, probably like an octopus arm tentacle thingy. So yes, I was having that coming out of the back. Yes, again, I'm kind of, I really do enjoy the building, the making process, and all the adapting and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, as you can see, the paint job is looking pretty poor because this was pretty much would have been near the end, and all I would have done after this bit would have just been a black wash. But yeah, didn't like it, so basically I put it in a drawer for about 8-9 months. Went on, obviously did lots and lots of other little bits and pieces. Kind of improved my painting and the enjoyment of actually painting. So he picked it back up and obviously started from fresh. So I gave him a nice clean coat of white paint, and obviously I'm used this contrast plague bearer, which obviously works well for the Nurgle look. But say this is the colour I now use to paint my Orcs, just because I prefer the lighter green. So the bottle's been given a good old shake, which again, obviously I didn't do the first bottle. So the paint is a lot more, well, the thickness is better, the colour's better. And yeah, it goes on really well. So I do enjoy the contrast paints, and they do seem to make things a whole lot easier. Rather than painting it in sort of block colours and then going over with a black wash. Obviously these all kind of like have their own sort of like wash kind of thing inside them, which is pretty cool. So yeah, definitely going to be getting lots more of these kind of paints. So there's only going to be a few little snippets and highlights of me painting this thing. Basically because it's kind of difficult for me to paint with the camera right in front of me. And quite often obviously you get a figure and you turn it around and move it around. So it's difficult to film it all the time, basically. So again, going back to the washes, I'm trying to do more different sort of types of washes rather than just a black wash. Just because I am kind of getting bored in that. And it does obviously give the same sort of look throughout. So this time I'm using a strong tone wash, which I think comes out really well on the skulls. Going to do obviously my usual sort of thing, put the washes on and then dab off some excess with a cloth, just so it really stays in the nooks and crannies, but it doesn't sort of like overpower it. And I think it works really well with the skulls, it just gives them that sort of like aged, sort of dirty look, and obviously the skulls aren't then perfectly pristine and white. So what I'm going to do from now on, guys, is pretty much I'm going to do one video a week, which is obviously what I should really do. And I'm going to stick to a regular pattern as well. So you'll see one video every week. It's going to be on a Friday, and it's going to be at 5 o'clock. And for any of those that are old enough like me, 5 o'clock on a Friday as a kid used to be really good. Although it was 5 to 5 actually, because 5 to 5 it was crackerjack time. So yeah, a great program I used to watch when I was a kid. Anyone not old or in the UK probably won't know what that is, but yeah, in my day, crackerjack, Friday 5 to 5. So yes, I'm going to do a new video every Friday, and it'll be at 5 o'clock basically, guys. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, and I'm going to get a regular routine of that being the time for the videos. And if I do actually manage to do a couple of videos in 1 week, what I may do is put the extra video on my Patreon page basically, just so they get to see a video, well, that you guys don't. So I'm using another wash on the armour, and this time it's a green wash. Just because obviously I want to make the armour look a bit more, well, weathered, but keeping it in line with the sort of like the orc green sort of look, and basically just obviously the Nurgle, the fact that obviously they are sort of oozing their bits and pieces out all over the place. So yes, I think it's coming along quite well. So I'm actually enjoying this. Relatively pleased with the outlook, or the outcome even. So yeah, much more enjoyable this time than it was 9 months ago when, well, if I had any hair, I'd have been pulling it out. But yeah, say we all improve, we all get better, or if not better, at least we sort of enjoy or don't hate something as much as before. So there we go. Yes, he's pretty much done now. The last sort of thing I'm going to go and do is a little bit of a highlighting all over. And for this I'm just doing some dry brushing with some white over the skulls. And I say I really have, this is a very, very dry brush. Again, just because sometimes I do overpower when I'm doing dry brushing, and sometimes it comes out as a full brush. And I'm also going to do the same with some of the metal pieces and go over with a bit of silver. So yeah, so that's him kind of pretty much done now. Again, I'm pleased with how he's come out. I'm pleased I've actually finished him, because he has been sitting in the drawer, bless him, for, it's a good 8-9 months or more. So it's nice to actually have him done. He's out, and he can now sit on my shelf amongst all my other stuff. Oh yeah, guys, with the sales, I still haven't managed to get a website done where I'm going to be selling the bits and pieces that I make. So please bear with me, but that will be done very soon. Time to have a look at it in all its glory. If you have enjoyed the video, guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as that really helps promote my channel to other people and helps my channel grow. And as always, I want to say a big thank you to all my patrons for helping support the channel, as it means I can keep on making more and more videos. If you are new here and like what I do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, as I do produce videos every week. There is another video on the screen, guys. Why don't you give that a click to see more of what I do? Okay guys, that's it. Bye for now.